Hey everyone, welcome back. All right, so today we're going to go ahead and do an overlay over my thumb. I'm going to go ahead and use the Triple D Acrygel. First, we're going to go ahead and put some bond over my nail. And I'm only going to put a little bit of it because a little bit goes a long way. And you're going to see I'm going to put it all the way close to the cuticle, but I'm not going to touch any of the cuticle, anything like that, just like you would do the liquids. And I'm going to go ahead and let it sit for about a minute or so. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and put a thin layer of gel base. So you guys, I was able to go ahead and kind of get an up-close shot on how I applied the gel base because I wanted to show you guys that I am going super close to the cuticle area, but I'm not touching it. And of course, I'm making sure that my sidewalls are covered without flooding them. And this video is in real time. I did not speed up anything for you guys. Even my filing and buffing, I do show you guys how I file and buff. So everything I'm doing for the overlay is in real time, except of course for the curing and stuff like that, but you get it. Once you did a full 60-second cure, we're gonna go ahead and grab the dual form. This is the Triple D dual forms, and for me the size 0 on my thumb is the perfect size. I wanted to show you guys how I actually sized them. So I actually placed the dual form right about there. I don't go all the way up to the cuticle area just because the cuticle shape of the form is not the same as mine. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the brush, and I'm not going to leave the other side of the brush where it says slice, because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the dual form to kind of cut off the amount, because all you're going to need is a little small bead like this. Now, depending on how long you want them, or if you only want to do an overlay, does depend on how much you're going to put on the dual form. For me, for example, I did put a little bit too much right here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop a little bit up and just scoop it back into the little squeeze bottle. And then right here, I'm actually just pressing the product from side to side, making sure that I am trying to cut it off right there at the second dash line. And I want to make sure that everything is completely even, as well as kind of making sure that the product is not too thick as well. So if you do need to take some off, you can go ahead and just scoop some off and put it back in the bottle. If you need to add some, just add a little bit at a time. Now, this product does not need a slip solution or acetone. You literally just use the brush, and I'm using the brush to kind of maneuver it to make sure the sidewalls are also covered, because what we're going to do next right now is we're going to go ahead and push it down or press it down onto the nail. Again, I'm not going all the way up to the cuticle area. That's actually going to fill in itself. The dual form kind of does spread out the product from like sidewalls or the front of the nail or the back of the nail. So again, that's why it didn't go all the way up close to my cuticle area, because the product does spread out. Now, if you do get some excess product onto your skin, or it's just too much, you can actually just go ahead and take your brush and kind of like scoop it back out of like that area. What I like to do as well is I like to push my finger down like onto my table. That's why you can tell I'm shaking a little bit, because I'm actually pushing down. But right here, I'm just kind of making sure that the tip of the nail is also not too thick. Now, if you have any excess product, just go ahead and just scrape your brush into the inside of that squeeze bottle. I'm going to put my brush to the side because I want to show you guys how to clean that. But right now, we're going to go ahead and cure for a full 60 seconds. Now, depending on your lamp, it could be up to 90 seconds, of course. Right here, I applied some alcohol onto a lint-free brush, and I'm going to go ahead and just wipe my brush back and forth and kind of squeeze it flat. And I'm also going to go ahead and press the sides like this to bring it back to a point before I store it away. Since there's not a lot of product on this lint-free wipe, I'm just going to go ahead and put some more alcohol on there, and I'm going to go ahead and use it for my thumb. I'm going to go ahead and kind of maneuver the form back and forth just until it pops off, and trust me, it pops off really easy. And then we're going to go ahead and wipe off that tacky layer. And I want to also make sure to wipe off the tacky layer from the bottom of the nail, because remember, this is Acrygel, so it has like a gel finish to it. So it does kind of have the tacky layer on top and the bottom of your nail, well, depending if you extend it or not. So now we're going to go ahead and go straight into the filing. Right now I'm actually filing the excess that kind of like overflowed onto my nail, almost onto my skin. And then I'm going to go ahead and just start the pre-shaping of like my tapered square. Now the back of my nail where the cuticle area is actually not flat or flush. So this is where you see me kind of also filing the back of the nail. And then I'm slowly going to go ahead and make my shape more precise and more crisp. So I'm going to bring in my sidewalls to an angle just a little bit, and of course flatten the top to make sure it's completely straight. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch. Again, you guys, I'm doing this in real time because I wanted to show you guys how I filed my nail using the Acrygel. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys watch, and then I'll pop back in every once in a while. Okay, since I got most of my filing done, I'm gonna go ahead and take my hard bristle brush and kind of wipe off all that excess like dusty powdery residue, just so I can see where I'm at. I didn't like how the back was looking because the back where my cuticle area was still not flush, and some of the sidewalls still had a little bit of like excess gel or Acrygel. Later on in the video, I'm actually going to show you the tool that I use to get my cuticle areas more crisp. Right here, I'm just cleansing the nail using some alcohol and a lint-free wipe, because again, I just wanted to make sure all the residue was off before I do anything else. The next step for me is to buff the nail. I don't think you really need this step, honestly, but for me, I like my nails super smooth. This is the type of buffer that I'm currently using. I actually love this kind in this shape because it's like long and it's squishy and it just gets into those nooks and crannies really easy. So I'm actually using the softer side or the finer side of the buffer just to get my nail completely smooth. We're gonna go ahead and cleanse the nail again just to get all the residue off. All right, so this is the area where I was talking about. I know it doesn't look like in the video, but this is the area where I get lifting if it's not completely flushed or looks like it's growing out from the cuticle area. So I like to use this file from Bonafide Beauty. Their files, they have tons of them. They have glass files, like that's what they're known for. And they have two different shapes that are best for like the cuticle area. They have this specific curve, and honestly, all you have to do is push the nail and it like literally works on its own. It goes around your cuticle perfectly every time. So I definitely recommend this if you guys are having trouble around with your cuticle areas, because I use this on my gels and on my dip manis. All right, so I just cleansed my nail one last time, and now we're gonna go ahead and go in with our gel top coat. So like we did our gel base, we're gonna go ahead and try and get super close to that cuticle area and make sure that the sidewalls are also covered without flooding the nail. You wanna make sure that there's no air bubbles, there's no lint or any like leftover residue. So yeah, you want to make sure that this part is super smooth. Now, you don't have to have a final top coat if you're going straight into a dip, but since I change my manis a lot, I like to go ahead and make sure that my gel top coat is super smooth. Alright, this is how we look like straight out of the lamp. And I love it, you guys. And my nails look so strong, and I'm so obsessed with this Acrygel. Honestly, it's so easy. If you can do builder gel, if you can do dip, you definitely could do some Acrygel. So I just applied some cuticle oil just to hydrate my skin and hydrate my cuticle area. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps when you do your Acrygel manis. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below, you guys, and I will see you later. Bye!